Hello students, in this video I will go through exercise U6A05 where I will be solving angles formed by chords, secants, and tangents. Okay, so the instructions here says find a measure of the arc or angle indicated. Assume that lines which appear tangent are tangent. Alright, question number 1. I have an angle on the outside of the circle formed by two tangents. The intercepted arc is 127. So, and I'm asked to find out what that angle there on the outside is. So anytime that you're asked to find an angle on the outside of the circle, the way that I remember it, because there are a lot of different situations and things to remember, you're always going to take the major arc subtracted by the minor arc. So the major arc here is going to be 360 minus 27. 127. Okay, and what will that be? That will be 233. And what we're going to do is we're going to take 233, subtract it by 127, and then divide by 2. So what is that exactly? That will be, what is that exactly? That will be 106? Yeah, 106, I believe. Yes, it is 106 over 2. And then divide that by 2, I end up with 53. So angle F will equal to 53. Of course, you know, we can just apply the formula, but again, the fewer the formulas you remember, my opinion, the better, right? What we can do also is the arc on the arc over here. Let's call that arc there x. Okay, the idea is if that's x, then that means this is 360 minus x, right? And what you do, or actually, let's say this is x and this is 360 minus x. And then what you do, you take 360 minus x and then minus x again, divide by 2, and that will equal to the angle on the outside there. So let's say angle L. We end up with 360 minus 2x over 2 is equal to angle L, or 180 minus x is equal to angle L. So either way, right? So we know that 180 minus x is equal to 79. So therefore, what is angle x? Angle x is, or arc x is going to be 101. So what is the angle on the outside there? It's going to be 360 minus 101. So arc KM will be 259. Okay. All right. So this is straight up inscribed angle formula. This is going to be the intercepted arc is 124. So half of that would be 62. So angle VUT is equal to 62. Okay. This intercepted arc is it's 170. Okay, and half of that would be, what would half of that be? Half of that would be 85. Angle KLM would be 85. Okay, again, very same kind of situation. So remember what I was saying before, it's always the major minus the minor. So let's call that x. X minus 58 divided by 2 is equal to 67. one formula to remember. If the angle's on the outside, is always the major subtracted by the minor. So this is going to be x minus 58 is equal to 134. Add 58 to both sides. I end up with 192. Okay. Again, same idea. 195 minus 85, major minus minor, divide by 2, is equal to angle F. So that would be equivalent to, let's see, 110 over 2, which is 55. All right. 210. So 210 is one of two intercepted arcs, and the angle is inside the circle. It's not on the circle. It's not an inscribed angle. So the way in which we do this, okay, if the angle is inside of the circle, then it's going to be the average of the intercepted arcs. So it's 210 plus 50 divided by 2 is equal to angle GEF. So that would be 260 over 2, would be 130, which is angle GEF. Again, let's call this guy here x. So x plus 50 over 2 is equal to 109. Multiply both sides by 2. X plus 50 is equal to 218. Subtract 50. X is equal to 168. Or UV is equal to 168. Okay. So this would be the intercepted arc, so we're going to double that, so that would be 220. Number 10, we're going to double that, that would be 110. Here, again, same formula. We're going to take the major, subtract it by the minor, divide by 2 is equal to 50. DF being the minor here, of course. Multiply both sides by 2. 160 minus x is equal to 100. Subtract 160, divide by negative, I get x is equal to 60. Or df is equal to 60 degrees. All right, so angle R will equal to 151 minus 41 over 2. And that will be 110 over 2, and that would be 55. So angle R is equal to 55. All right. Find PQS. PQS. So again, the algebra is just a little more intense, but it's all the same. So it's 150 minus 50x divided by 2 is equal to 51x minus 1. This is the same thing as 75 minus 25x is equal to 51x minus 1. Add 75 to both sides. Add 25 to both sides. I get 76x. Add 1. I get 76. X is equal to 1. And if x is equal to 1, I need to find PQS. PQS would be equivalent to 50. All right. Find Km. So Km would be 155. I'm sorry. It will be, to find Km, we apply again the formula, major minus the minor. So 155 minus 7x minus 8. Don't forget to enclose 7x minus 8 in parentheses because we're subtracting by that entire difference. Divided by 2 is equal to 4x plus 14. multiply both sides by 2. I get 8x plus 28. And combine like terms. So I get, well, I'm going to add 7x to both sides. So I get 15x. Subtract 28 from both sides. I get 155 minus 20, which is 135. Divide both sides by 15. I end up with 9. And if x is equal to 9, I need to find km is equal to 9 times 7 is 63, minus 5 is 55. Minus 8 is 55. Okay, next, find NML. So the inscribed angle is 8x minus 16, and that will be half of the intercepted arc, which is 18 plus 11x. Double both sides. I want to multiply both sides by 2. I will end up with 16x minus 32 is equal to 18 plus 11x. Subtract 11x from both sides, I get 5x. Add 32 to both sides, I get 50. Divide by 5, x is equal to 10. And since x is equal to 10, I can now solve for NML. NML, angle NML, is equal to 80 minus 16, which is 64. Okay. Find Km. Km, RKM, so 186 minus 14x plus 4, divide by 2, is equal to 22x plus 4. Multiply both sides by 2, or actually I can divide both sides by 2 for, oh, I made a mistake. I forgot to enclose that in parentheses. Really important. So I noticed that on the left-hand side, there's a common factor of 2 in the numerator. And so that would be, well, 182 minus 14x over 2 is equal to 22x plus 4. So I would end up with 91 minus 7x is equal to 22x plus 4. Add 7x to both sides, I end up with 29x. Subtract 4, I end up with 87. And notice that if I divide both sides by 29, I get a nice round number of 3. So x is equal to 3. And Km is going to equal to 14 times 3 is 42, plus 4 is 46. All right, CD, arc CD. So again, 9x plus 13 is equal to 1/2 of 21x plus 11. Multiply both sides by 2, I get 18x plus 26 is equal to 21x plus 11. Subtract both sides by 18, I get 3x. Subtract both sides by 11, I get 15. Divide by 3, I get x is equal to 5. So if x is equal to 5, arc CD is equal to, arc CD is equal to 105 plus 11, that's 116. All right, number 18. Again, same concept. 12x minus 4 minus 22 plus 3x. Divide by 2. And this will all equal to 4x minus 7. I will try to combine like terms in the numerator. That's 15x. No, I take that back. That's not 15x. 12 minus 3, that would be 9. So that would be 9x. Negative 4 minus 22 is minus 26 over 2 is equal to 4x minus 7. Multiply both sides by 2. 9x minus 26 is equal to 8x minus 14. Subtract 8x, add 26, I get 12. So x is equal to 12. JLD is what I'm looking for. So the angle on the outside will be, so angle JLD is 4 times 12 minus 7. So it's 48 minus 7, or it's really 41. Okay. 19. KLM. Angle KLM. So 4x plus 18 is on the outside. That's KLM. So 22x, that's the major minus the minor. 8x plus 30 all over 2 is equal to 4x plus 18. Combine like terms in the numerator there. I end up with 14x minus 30 over 2 is equal to 4x plus 18. Divide everything in the numerator by 2. I get 7x minus 15 is equal to 4x plus 18. Subtract 4x and add 15. I end up with 3. X is equal to 33. X is equal to 11. Since x is equal to 11, KLM, that will be 4 times 11 is 44. 44 plus 18 would be 62. Okay. So MJK is 32x minus 1. And I'm asked to find out what is MJK. Well, that's simple enough. Well, that's because you're given KM, our KM already, right? So 11x plus 17 plus 32x minus 1 is equal to 360. Combine like terms, I get 43 x plus 16 is equal to 360. Subtract both sides by 16. 43x is equal to 344. Divide both sides by 43. I get x is equal to 8. And find MJK. So MJK is simply equal to 32 times 8. So what is that? That's 256. 255. 24, 16. Right, 256. Okay. 21. We're almost there. So EBC is the major arc, so that's 39x plus 2. Subtract by 18x plus 16. Divide by 2. That is equivalent to 10x minus 4. Combine like terms, I end up with 21x plus 18 over 2 is equal to 10x minus 4. Multiply both sides by 2. 21x plus 18 is equal to 20x minus 8. Subtract 20x, I get x. Subtract 18, I end up with negative 26. No, I made a mistake. I forgot. Put parentheses around this. So I actually don't end up with 18. That should be negative 14. And this should be minus 7. And if I add 7, if I add 7 to -4, I get x is equal to -1. And that doesn't make any sense because I end up with a negative angle on the outside there. So let's double check where I made an error here. 39x plus 2 minus 18x plus 16. If I make that difference, it's 21x minus 14 divided by 2 is equal to 10x minus 4. Oh, that's not 7, that's 14. Add 14 to both sides, I end up with x is equal to 6. So if x is equal to 6, I can now find EBC. And that would be 39 times 6 plus 2. What is that? That's 6 times 9, 54. 18 plus 5 is 23. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 236. Yes, 236. Okay, and 21. HEF is 2x plus 57. So 2x plus 57 minus 3x plus 103, all divided by 2, is equal to 3x plus 77. Combine like terms, I end up with negative x minus 103 minus 57. What is that? That is 46. Is equal to 3x plus 77. Multiply both sides by 2. I end up with negative x minus 46 is equal to 6x plus 154. I will end up with a negative answer here. And that would be okay, yes, because the numbers here will end up being positive. The angles will end up being positive. So I add 46 to both sides. I end up with 200. I subtract 6x. I end up with negative 7x. But the answer ends up being a negative decimal, which typically the answers are not. Let me take a look. Oh, that's because I miswrote. This is supposed to be 257, and I wrote 57. So 257 minus 103, that would be 154. And that's 154. And since, and then I'm going to add 154 to both sides. I end up with 308 instead. Divide by 7. What is that? 308 divided by 7. I don't know what that is. And honestly, let me see here. That's 44. Okay. So x is equal to negative 44. And that would not be good because I would end up with a negative answer as a result of this. So that's not cool. Let me go back and check. 2x plus 57 plus 257 minus 3x plus 103 is in fact negative x. Oh, that should be plus 154. And now it makes more sense. If that's plus 154, subtract both sides by 154, I end up with x is equal to 0. Okay, so if that's the case, then angle HEF is 257. Last two. Okay, RST. So that would be 2x plus 105 is equal to 1/2 of x plus 210. Multiply both sides by 2. I end up with 4x plus 210 is equal to x plus 210. Subtract 210 from both sides. I end up with x is equal to 0 then. Since x is equal to 0, angle RST is equal to 105. 21x minus 3 minus 45 divided by 2 is equivalent to 7x plus 4. Multiply both sides by 2. 21x minus 48 is equal to 14x plus 8. Subtract 14x, I got 7x. Add 48 both sides, I got 56. Divide by 7, I get 8. Since x is equal to 8, then ACQ is equal to 7 times 8 is 56, plus 4 is 60. And that's my final answer.